Very mutual respect between one another, but he's in Buffalo and I'm over here in Baltimore, so it can't be no hanging out and stuff like that. But when we see each other, we show respect.
He's won an MVP and he's playing at MVP level right now, and given all the drama and the details that are going on with all that contract situation that he's got going on, he's just like, I'm gonna bet on myself, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna pay off.
And Josh Allen said today you should be the highest paid player in the NFL, certainly the way you're playing right now. You hear that, what does that mean to you?
I don't know what you want. I don't know. It's cool. I appreciate him saying that, but I feel the same way about him.
Oh, Josh Allen stirring up a little trouble there.
He's a Bill Belichick again.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Make him the highest paid player. Wait till we see his contract. And look, we're not going to see a contract for Lamar Jackson until the end of the season. I just need to say this. People are already saying that Lamar Jackson's bet on himself has paid off and he's won. It won't pay off until he gets his contract. And there's no guarantee he's getting a contract after this season. He's still got 14 more games he's got to get through in the regular season healthy.
That's
right. As Ed Reed said earlier this week, if you get injured, the Ravens aren't going to pay you. Now, maybe he can overcome it, and maybe we just assume he'll recover from any injury. But there's a certain type of injury that if he has it, he may not be the same guy.
Yeah.
If he just gets to the point where he's not the same guy anymore because of an accumulation of injuries, they won't pay him. But it's this year, and unless he demands a trade, and maybe he will, but the Ravens can squat on him. 2023 franchise tag, 2024 franchise tag. It becomes too expensive in 25. So he's got 3 more years for the bet to pay off to the point where he hits the open market. Unless he takes a stand after this season and says, I want out. Or if the Ravens say, you know what, we're never going to get this guy to agree to a contract. Let's just trade him to someone else and get value for him and start over. I don't rule that out. I don't think they want to do that. But they may feel like they have no alternative if what they're looking at is this season, 2 more with Lamar Jackson, and then he walks away.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're all dying to see what happens here with this one. No question. I can't. I mean, this is the game of the day at 1 o'clock. That's for sure. It's the game of the day, really, overall in the afternoon games, in my opinion. And then the Jaguars and Philly, that's the other one in the afternoon games that I'm most excited to see of these two. But, I mean, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, holy crapola, Batman. I mean, they're amazing. I mean, they can take over a game by themselves. One thing I'll say with Lamar that I think he is showing people, Mike, that, we've discussed before, and you kind of just brought it up. Yeah, maybe hurts his knee or hurts his ankle, and gosh, we don't want that to happen. I'm going to knock on wood because I love watching Lamar Jackson play. But, I heard that argument a lot, and I was a part of it too. Like, oh, man, if that happens and he can't run, will he be the same guy and all of that? The one thing he's done here in 3 weeks is you're seeing a steady, sharp incline in play right now as far as in the pocket throwing the football. People want to talk about, yeah, we know he can run and do all of that. But damn, he's good in the pocket too, and people got to start recognizing it. They're not, the 2002 Rams. They're not the most creative that way. They're good. Don't get me wrong. They do a lot of good things. But he is phenomenal throwing the football. He has an elite arm, and we talk about Mahomes and the sidearm delivery, right? Josh Allen and that. Lamar, if you watch a game, he throws the ball sidearm maybe as much as anybody in football. It's right up there. So he's got a lot of different ways to beat you that way. I think that's the encouraging thing if, you're in the Lamar corner, that you might be able to use that, if something did happen. But regardless, I cannot wait to watch these two go at it. I cannot. They're both on fire right now. And, the leading candidates for the MVP award.
And this is kind of the Steve McNair, Steve Young transition from running quarterback to pocket quarterback, which will serve Lamar well and insulate him against that Cam Newton effect, where Newton just got to the point where he physically wasn't the same guy, and he didn't have elite passing skills to fall back on from the pocket, and he's not in the league anymore.
Nowhere, exactly.
Lamar's only 25. He's younger than Joe Burrow. So this bet may take a few more years to play out, but he may get that fully guaranteed contract from somebody by forcing his way to the open market, or if he pulls a Deshaun Watson and says, I'm done playing for the Ravens, I want to be traded, and they trade him, he could set up a situation like that where he gets multiple teams, and one of them does what the Browns did and gives him a fully guaranteed contract if the Ravens are going to continue to refuse to do that. Here's Josh Allen talking about he and Lamar Jackson finding success both as passers and runners.
It's simple as we're doing what's asked of us. There's a lot of different notions and opinions about both of us coming out of the draft. And we're just trying to find ways to help our team win football games. And, he does it as good as anybody in the league. So, again, it's no simple task for our defense to go out there and play a guy like his caliber.
It's amazing. They're 2 of the 5 quarterbacks taken in round 1 of the 2018 draft, and they're the 2 that have panned out. Baker Mayfield, jury is still out at best on him. Sam Darnold, he's injured right now. So far, the verdict is bust.
Right.
Josh Rosen, I think he's on the Browns practice squad. I don't know. I've lost track of him. So 2 out of 5, 40% success rate, and both have been tremendous successes. That's why you roll the dice on a first-round quarterback. You don't know which ones are going to work out, and when they do work out, they can work out to the point where they are among the very best in the entire NFL, and that's what the Bills got. They traded up to get Josh Allen, and the Ravens traded back into round 1. I told the story back at the time this happened. Steve Bisciotti wanted to take in the middle of the draft the pick that they used on Hayden Hurst, and the Ravens had a plan. They were confident, and they ended up getting him at pick number 32, which is just amazing in hindsight that he was there that long and that many teams passed on him. And now Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, 2 of the very best in the NFL. And Jackson right now, Josh Allen is the favorite to win MVP. The BetMGM odds have Allen at plus 250. That's 2.5 to 1. Lamar at plus 550. If the vote were taken right now, and obviously it isn't, there's still a long way to go, but I think Lamar would win right now.
I would agree. Lamar, I'd put him just ahead of Josh Allen. I mean, again, I think the loss leaves a sour taste in our mouth last week with the Bills, but again, I mean, they're both one-man wrecking crews. They really are. And it's why, Mike, to your point with the draft and all that, I lean on the talent thing so much at times because people make up these mythical BS reasons for quarterbacks, and this is why they were 2 of my favorite in the process because I just went, man, strong arm, fast as hell. Doesn't sound like they're, idiots or anything like that because, of course, that changes it if you start to hear those things. But either way, their physical ability it just pops off the screen. And, I mean, look at these throws. I mean, Lamar Jackson, I would think the only thing that's hurting his MVP chances is I don't know how good Baltimore is and how long they can continue to survive this way with that defense the way they are. That's what worries me a little bit. And then they're a team, as we've talked about, they're built to run the football, and then they can't run the football. There's like the phrase I want to use here is a pass-first running football team. That's what they are right now, and that's weird. That doesn't make sense, but Lamar Jackson could pull it off, and yeah, I'm excited to see this week. I think Buffalo will be a little more healthy on the defensive side of the ball, and we know they're really well coached. I'm interested to see their attack, and Baltimore, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they can do against Buffalo. We'll see as far as their defense or their offense because, I mean, man, Allen and that offense, they got answers, and he poses problems, and Baltimore can't pressure the quarterback unless they blitz, and that's not a good formula against Josh Allen right now.
And you made a great point about MVP. Remember, it's the 1 seed in each conference, usually the quarterback from one of the 2 number 1 seeds that wins it ultimately, unless you have some statistically amazing performance that eclipses that. And the Ravens could be the number 1 seed. You're right, though. The defense needs work. What can that defense even begin to do to slow down a Bills team that Chris is going to be even more motivated?
I know.
To go in there and put up the same kind of yardage that they did in Miami, but this time not end up on the wrong side of the final score.
I'm interested to see what they do either. I mean, again, New England marched up and down the field on them, did whatever they wanted, run it, throw it, whatever. And New England's a team all we talk about is they're not very explosive, they're not very dangerous. And you know what? They were explosive and dangerous against Baltimore. It just that's where you worry about it a little bit. And I don't know what to say right now. I have no answers for you. They're really, like Mike McDonald, their defensive coordinator there, John Harbaugh, they're in a tough spot. I honestly think they're almost like They just got to rely on the offense to make plays and keep them in the football game, and Lamar's going to have to push the envelope that way. I definitely have more faith in Buffalo's defense coming up with a game plan to stop Lamar right now than vice versa. That's for sure. But you never know, and we'll see. That's why they play the game. But I am damn excited to watch this one on Sunday.
This is only the third time in his career that Lamar Jackson is an underdog at home. He is 2-0 in the prior occasions against the Patriots in 2019. Remember, the Patriots were 8-0 in that game. It was a Sunday night game. Ravens thumped them. And then 2021 against the Chiefs. The Ravens were home underdogs and won the game. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.